Hey, 7th and 8th grade Bobcats, Mr. Flato here. Welcome back to what hopefully will be another fantastic week at the Helena Middle School. Hope everybody had a restful and refreshing weekend and is ready to get back after it strong for 2 more weeks before we are already on Christmas break. I heard a lot of good stuff from last week's B.O.B lesson about emotional strength. I'm going to share 4 more slides with you guys today. Like I've said before, it's a tough time with the holidays coming up and the darkened days and a lack of vitamin D from the sunshine. Living in the Rocky Mountain region, be aware it's a time when a lot of people struggle. So be looking out for one another. Come in and talk with myself or Ms. Panis if you need to. If you got something pressing going on in life, reach out to friends. Do lots of self-care and take care of yourself. So without further ado, we're going to get going on Emotional Strength Part 2. Go out and make it a great week at the Helena Middle School. All right, we're on to our next B.O.B lesson, Emotional Strength Part 2. But first, let's be our best this week at HMS. Let's be safe, let's be responsible, let's be respectful, and let's be a learner. At our next slide, the things that emotionally strong people do not do, they are not disrespectful. People who are disrespectful can't process their own stuff effectively. Things are going to happen to all of us in our lives. Negative things, tragic things, bad things. And people that are emotionally strong can process that in a healthy way where they don't take and put it on other people. They don't disrespect other people because they are aware and care about the perception and reputation they have. When you disrespect other people, everybody around you sees you do that. And they know that those things are important for future success, of having a reputation, of being respectful, treating people correctly. Finally, they're respectful to other people because they have healthy levels of empathy for other people. A lot of times when we have stuff going on in life and we don't process it correctly, we don't process it in an emotionally strong and healthy way by talking about it, by self-care, by getting help from other people, and we take and we put that onto other people in a disrespectful manner, that's unhealthy, and we put aside having empathy for other people. When we put that stuff onto somebody else, I was just in Mr. Knox's class last week talking about this, then somebody else has to deal with it instead of disposing of it in a respectful manner. Let's have empathy for one another. We are all living tough lives, and we all have tough days that we run into from time to time. Next slide, things emotionally strong people do not do. They know better than to let just anyone into their inner circle, their inner friendship circle. I talked at length last year in B.O.B lessons about how important, when you were a 7th or 8th grader moving into high school, how important it is that you keep the right peers and you have the right friends. It's super critical that you have the right friends and you keep the right friends that are going to uplift you, that are going to inspire you, that are going to help you grow into the person you want to be. Emotionally strong people don't expose themselves to people who want to break their confidence down and crush their morale. They're going to hang around people that do the opposite, that keep their confidence high and keep their morale high. They don't spend time with people who aren't on the same drive and mission as they are. If you can think about that picture I had with the Lions last year, the Lion Pride that said surround yourself with people on the same mission as you. It's going to help you, hold you accountable to getting where you want to go. A lot of people in the world are lost, don't have goals or standards of their own they want to hold themselves to. And they are more than willing to take on company of other people that want to get in trouble as well. Think about sometimes in your classroom when we have students who are off task. You can either be part of the fix or you can be part of the problem. So emotionally strong people take a look around at their inner circle of friends and who they spend most time with. They say that you become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. What are those 5 people doing in your life? Something to think about. You guys remember the slide from last year in a B.O.B lesson where I talked about glass being half empty or the glass being half full? Well, emotionally strong people don't wake up and dread the day ahead. They look at the day ahead as an opportunity to still be alive, an opportunity to make something positive happen, an opportunity to accomplish a goal, an opportunity to think positively about what might happen next. The best part of your day should be the moment you wake up and realize you're still alive and can accomplish anything you put your mind to, especially at your guys' age in the 7th and 8th grade. You guys have your whole lives ahead of you. If you work hard and you do the right things and you treat people the right way, you can accomplish anything you want to in life, and that's what education is based around, and being here and leveling the playing field no matter what kind of background you come from, what kind of home support you come from. Through education, you can do anything you want to do. Emotionally strong people always see the glass being half full. What's going to happen next is going to be something positive. What's going to happen next is going to be a break in the right direction. What's going to happen next is going to be something good. My final slide in emotional strength, part 2, is emotionally strong people don't feel the need to fit in. And I think I hit a little bit on this last week when I talked about being their own person. The stronger you are emotionally, the more independent you start to feel. You don't need your emotional strength, or your happiness isn't dependent on other people and what kind of mood they're in and whether or not they give it to you on any given day. They don't feel the need to fit in because they do fit in where it counts in the world. Think about that. Emotionally strong people know they fit in this vast world of diversity. They don't need to be anybody other than exactly who they are, and that is such an amazing place to get to someday in life. That's a really tough place to get to in middle school and moving into high school, but that should always be a goal, is to get to a place where you don't need to answer to anybody. You are exactly who you are. Now, being able to look in the mirror and be okay with that is another thing. Wanting to fit in really says I'm afraid to not be myself. If I blend in with everybody else, then I'm accepted, then I'm not alone, and I have other people around me. They have security and self-esteem from within. That security and self-esteem doesn't come from validation from other people, or from a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a friend, or wherever we get it, a best friend, or Instagram likes, or Facebook likes, or ads, or Twitter retweets, or whatever it is you guys do, or Snapchat friends. They have security and self-esteem from within and aren't looking to seek it from outsiders, and that is a very powerful and strong place if we can get to that place in life. And it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, it takes work, it takes looking in the mirror, it takes doing your best every day, and ultimately loving yourself exactly who you are and how you are. All right, we're on to this week's quote of the week, which is believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there's something inside of you that is greater than any obstacle. And I actually got this quote of the week. It was in the Bob box, so thank you to whoever left that for me. Speaking of the Bob box, this week's Jellybean Question of the Week winners were Jaden Graywatts, Sapphire Ferguson, Kylie Wetzel, Callista, Larson, and Hayden Mason. Come see me on your own time after school for some jelly beans. All right, this week's Jellybean Question of the Week is, I have keys but no locks. I have a space but no room. You can enter but can't go outside. What am I? If you think you know, get your answer into the Bob box no later than Friday, and maybe next week I will be drawing your name on next week's Bob lesson. All right, folks, we've got about 2 weeks left. Let's bust our heinies and make it the best 2 weeks yet so that we can enjoy Christmas break. Make it a great week at the Helena Middle School.